Okay. Hello. What's up, stream? What's up, my non-existent place? We are back at it to feed this thing. Feed this thing I've built here, you know? This thing I've built for myself and myself only, I guess. And sometimes some people find it for some reason and they stick for a while and then they go. But the constant thing is that really at the end, there's no wasting time. There's no real way to reproach anything, really. Like the stream, for instance. You know, even if I feel kinda bad about sometimes just breathing, but it's fine. Expressing yourself is hard, you know? It's a thing you can work on, but you know, just being a listen into that space feels kind of weird, and I still don't know how to really like approach it that much. So I guess I'll just do it until like I'm fine with it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's the strat here. That's the strat to do it. Watch the monster until you're fine to live with it, and then maybe you'll leave. Maybe. Who knows? Does it matter at the end? Does it matter to anything? What matters right now is that I'm alive. And we're going to do some gaming probably. Maybe some talking. I don't know what to do, to be honest. Hola, mamacita. Hola, chiquito. Hola, chiquito. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Oh. ¿Cómo está, Nikos? ¿Tú es bien? ¿Es tú bien? Give me a second, give me a second. ¿Hoy? ¿Es tú bien? ¿Es tú bien? ¿Es tú bien hoy?
Ôi,
Show me your wrist? Dude, dude, flex this bitch on you, dude. 33 carats? Nixon works together, bought it for like at least 3K. You fucking loser. Look at this, look at this, look how pretty it is, huh? Look at this, dude. Look at this, dude. You need to make it more tight. Yeah, I know, but I'm too lazy to like get it like fixed in a place, so it's just going to roll around. Like the thing they don't even know because. But look at this, it doesn't even work. It doesn't work. The watch doesn't work. It's just there. I actually need to like change my watch. It's been a while I've been like wearing the same one, and I feel I need like some change. I love having like a variety of watches, even if they're like cheaps. They're cheap, you know? Like they're really like not expensive when you go like thrifting. That's the thing that's like kind of cool, you know? I don't like big expensive watch like the big ones. I don't feel it's my vibe. I'm too a small guy. So Nick, what do we do today? I've opened stream without really a plan. So is there anything cool we could like watch? Oh, you know what? If you're down, I saw this video about like criminal psychology of like this narcissist guy in court and how like you can like do a little like analysis about like how the guy reacts. Are you interested in that? We could do some react today. I actually don't really know what to do. I feel like I need a ritual. I need to like start with something. I could start with the Discord. What if instead now what we do, we just start the stream with the Discord review. And then I'll go into something else. I don't have much time though. That's the thing. That's why it's like maybe doing that is not the best. So we have a lot of choices. Fair. Okay. So I'll guess I'll review your corner. You posted a lot of songs, so I guess that's kind of cool. And maybe if we're lucky, they're going to get like some video about the. You know, I've got some song to show you too. Okay. So let's start with Mr. Man Air. So how did you find this? I feel you really need to like write a little thing here. each time you share a song. I feel that could be like really cool. Some air. That's not the air I thought it was. This song is. Here we go. 70s. Okay. Is that the air I think? Like the no, that is not the same air band. You know, like I was thinking about like air from the 90s. You know, this band, not the same. Okay. Some dude. Okay, while I watch this, maybe we can like do some games. Can watch the Tetracom, just see like a painting maybe. Ooh, look at this. Oh, this is pretty. Overcast. This is really a really pretty painting. I wish there were like a more high definition like painting here, because it's kind of cool to see all the brush strokes it used. There's something like really minimalist about this too, right? And just the choice of color is like really pale. I was listening to the song Outside Love and I had it on shuffle, so some cool songs were popping off. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is just groovy. This is groovy. Outside Love. Did we listen to this before? Outside Love. Oh, this one. Yeah, it's so good. It made me start building a playlist about like blues rock. I think I would call it blues rock, but like from like the late 60s. I feel that's like the golden zone where that sound was really emerging. So you want like, okay, so late 60s, I just think there's like this weird zone where metal and hard rock wasn't a thing yet, but at the same time rock was like getting to get really the ground of like what it could sound. But it's like that weird zone where it's like there's like so many different influences from the 60s. Yeah, and I think like artists like Jimi Hendrix and like even like early Led Zeppelin or even CCR are like good example of that, you know? All from the late 60s. It's like they had like country sound and sometimes a big blues or like psychedelic rock at the same time. There was like a lot of like even like prog rock at the same time, but like the concept of like hard rock wasn't there yet. And even if today we watch like Jimi Hendrix as like a rock guy, I don't think it's like the type of rock I used to imagine, you know? And so I've been like really digging from Outside Love, you know, because Outside Love, and soul and blues, you know, soul and blues was also like a thing that kind of like you hear it kind of in rock that like really emerged in the 70s. Rock wasn't a thing in the 60s. I don't know, like there was like a lot of like subgenre, but I don't think in the 60s there was rock. Rock became like a thing in the 70s. I love this era. I mean, adore Jimi Hendrix, Frank Zappa too. I wonder if Frank Zappa is a bit like older than that. But like yeah, the Doors is the same era, because like how much when you listen to the Door, of course you'll see they're rock, but like I feel they're like more like psychedelic, like blues or something. They're not like rock. So there's like also like a heavy blues to it. There's a certain like not masculinity to it, but like there's a certain like coolness about it. There's a certain like cowboy thing that I mean the country sound is there. I don't know, but it's so sick. Yeah. I'm questioning now if Frank Zappa is the same era. In my head, Frank Zappa is like more a prog rock guy. But you know, every artist has like multiple like facet to them. So it's like probably Frank Zappa has like a blues side to him. I didn't really thought about. Oh, wow! I wasn't expecting like the disco thing or something. Okay. Some disco revival? Is that like just like a remake of old songs? Funk classic. Let's see. I feel like I miss my funk classic. I don't know. That's not too bad. Oh, they put Herbie Hancock. Yeah, I get it. So is that an old song or is that like a new song? 75. Okay, so it was old. Ooh, so good. Disco is basically funk. The more it goes on, the more I'm like, we have like this whole thing about like disco in the 70s when it's kind of just like funk music. But that's so weird, huh? How we see like culture now. I feel like when you think about the 70s, it's like, oh, it's disco. It's like Bee Gees. When I feel disco is such a funk sound. It's not that, you know, but like the disco thing got out of it. Maybe I don't understand how the music scene was in the 70s, like the institution themselves. Maybe there was like really a thing like in the radio we just like called everything disco kind of. Like the same thing we do with rock. Everything is rock. I wonder like at the time people when they were talking about their music, how much they would like say disco is like just this broad thing. When today we have like, oh, with rate your music and all that bullshit, being able to rate everything so precisely. You know, it's kind of funny to see just through music how much like we are going to have categorization that's going to change, you know, and depending on the group too. Like of course here Nick we are like doing this thing right of categorizing like crazy, but you know. It's interesting to see like how people are going to categorize things depending on like the context of time, you know, and the group too. I think that's really sociology. So I think back then people didn't really care what genre it is. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that's a modern thing. Yeah. But I feel there's still a thing. I feel if you were an artist and you were talking about music, you will still kind of like know your broader genres. Like that's one of the reason why when you listen to like David Bowie or something or like any artist, they have like a lot of like facets of themselves. Their sound is like the same, but they're going to be really able to explore a lot of sides of themselves through like different genres of music. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like at the time, just through music. I mean, there's a lot of application to that, but like just through music, they were like categorizing some genre in a certain way that today we're not necessarily going to say the same way. So that's why I kind of like seeing people playlists because it kind of shows how they're categorizing like stuff. It's kind of fun. Oh, that little like piano. Ooh, that saloon piano. I really like this. I wish there were like a more clear picture. Overcast, Charles Shaw. Overcast, Charles Shaw. You know what? What if we go like incognito mode? So I don't want my address to just pop up randomly for some reason. Overcast, Shaw. That is not. Oh, he's there. Can I see it bigger? Okay, that was a pretty song. I like that. My Ship, Chicago Gangster. You are really into like some vintage sound, dude. Really some. Oh, it's not here. It's not here, but look at this cover. This cover is awesome. Like, what does she have a gun? I choose you, Chicago Gangster 70. What is this, dude? It's not here in Canada for some reason. Like, give me a second. Give me a second. My Ship, Chicago Gangster. My Ship, Chicago Gangster. Play it on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Why German feared Canadian infantry? What is this? Oh, it rains outside. Sick. Yo, Serum! Oh my god! Sir, how are you doing, man? It's been a while. Dude, how's Germany? How's the weather up there? This is kind of awesome. there's a changing in the room. We're adding multiple. Oh, this is groovy as fuck. Been a while since you streamed, but the time didn't fit. Yeah, no, that's a thing too, right? I feel like the way I stream to is kind of just like sporadic. So I just like kind of just stream and do it. So it's like really not like it fits or it doesn't. So well, it's been pretty good, man. You know, finishing the exam. That's pretty much it. What about you? But I'm well. Nice. Glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Oh. Okay, this is groovy as fuck. I'm really sad it's not on Spotify. I wish it was on Spotify. I can still add it to my songs though. So short. Such a short song. But that little guitar thing is really sick. It moves fast. I like it. Okay, so can I do that? What do they have to say about this one? Definition of the abstract or loose. What is it? An abstraction? What is an abstraction to one person? Is a figurative reality to another? And the movement of American abstraction is loosely defined, with each practitioner understanding their role and subject matter differently. Okay, so I see that's from the American Expressionism. First Shaw is plastic polygons, as he called them, were not abstraction of the New York architecture, but truthful depiction of concrete object. And he coined the movement Concretionism. It was too cool. It was too cool. It was like, guys, I'm going to be cooler than the other artists. I'm going to say my forms are not are just forms, and it's not New York, and like it's this new movement. It's this new movement I created. Yeah, this new movement, concretism. I'm really in love with older rock and India to the moment. Really, older rock, like what way? Okay, this is good. Dick. I know we're doing like 10 things at the same time. But the pretty lady. Sticks? Wait, Sticks. That thing, did I heard Sticks before? I've been like digging like today. Sticks. I heard this before. Renegade, Cutter Stone, Piece of Flight. Okay, 70s. What is it, like art rock, or is it like more of like prog rock? That feels progressive. To be sure. Strict. Yeah. What song? What was the best song for them? Renegade? Oh man, I mean, the Walrus. They made the version of the Beatles song. That's kind of cool. So, let's see. 70 rocks. So where does it like get itself in? Is that European? First thing first, are they European? That feels like British. They're like soft ballads. I wasn't expecting something like that. Oh, okay. Literally like Led Zeppelin, like trample under a foot thing. Chicago. They're totally European. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They sound like Bowie if they were doing something with like Led Zeppelin. And that prog rock. Yeah. Yeah, classic prog rock. I feel what happens is that when we think about progressive rock, I don't know if for you guys, but like when I think about progressive rock, I think British people. So seeing like an American band having like adopting art rock, not prog. It's a subject of prog. Yeah, but like I feel I'm more comfortable like talking like as a more broader thing. Like for me, it feels progressive more than like art rock, because like art rock, art rock feels like something that could be like any scene could have like the art rock branch. When prog rock, I feel like there's like a sound specific to progressive rock. You know, like I know like you can use the term progressive to like describe other genres of music, like metal or something. But I feel in general, the same way we have like an idea of like what hip-hop is, progressive as a type of its own sound. So oh yeah, maybe like it's a sub, like if you go more precise. But art rock is prog with heavy classic influence. Yeah, but like I feel that's super precise. I feel like it loses itself into the there's a term for that. You know, when you lose yourself into the small things. It feels out of place for it to be American. Yeah, but that's just music. That's just music. Sometimes you're going to have like a British band, Canadian band, all sound American kinda. There's like sometimes you don't even know like what it sound. It's like I was like if we go back to what I was listening myself, I really enjoyed this like late 60s kind of rock, blues rock, where there was like this change of like the sound of before rock became rock in the 70s, but after like all the blues psychedelic and stuff, they kind of just happened into like people like Jimi Hendrix and the Doors. They sound like Bee Gees? You think it sounds like Bee Gees? Is it like the drum? Maybe it's the drum. Now I wonder like where radio music, the real judging is going to be made by radio music, okay? Let's see what radio music puts this band. There's just like so many sound to that. That's why I like just using progressive. It's all fairness, all the big songs sound completely different. Really? Okay. Oh, you see here, they put progressive rock. I think that's the thing. We were talking about this like before. I think everyone has their own definition about like a categorization. What does progressive means to you doesn't mean the same for someone else. And so I guess for you there's like more art rock with this, which makes sense. There's like weird movement to that. That sounds so 80. That's such a okay. I see what you're saying. That's such a change of like vibe. Like now we're like 80s R&B ballad. I mean, I kind of like this sound. Sick cover? Yeah, this cover kind of... Yeah, I like this cover, actually. Yeah. What is this? He found the album? The alien put the album into the sound. Yeah, such a weird change of pace. Like, what happened? Where is he? Who's this guy? Let's see the title, okay? Light, why me, babe? Never say never, bolt on the river, borrowed time, first time, Eddie, love in the midnight. What is the link with here? Listen to Boot on the River? Yeah. I want to listen to this one though, I'm kinda curious. Carter Stone? I kinda like these cheesy ballads. I love them. Like I wonder, like, you know, the band Chicago. They're from Chicago too. Sin solo, please. No Sin solo. Okay, I'm kinda disappointed. Okay, can we? While display, I want to like just see what's been on the Twitter thing. So abstract expressionism, just to be sure you guys are following me. It's this movement here. From this, usually from the 60s in America, like people like Pollock and stuff like that were big there. Yo, Atam! Yo, reading! What? What is a reading? Dude! Dude! Ari! I hate him! What's up, man? Brother! Brody! Brody! Dude, we're looking at music right now, and I'm trying to read about like this painting here, but I keep getting distracted, which is fine. How have you been, bro? I'm sorry, I keep using the accent. I'm doing pretty good, man. What about you? What about you? KK. How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so abstract expressionism. You guys know Pollock? Okay, you see the way we can like look at artists. Same applies for like any type of art. Okay, how cool this guy is. Okay, he was beating his wife. It was a big alcoholic, but you know his painting were so cool. Look at this. It's stuff, man. I got exam tomorrow. I just came to see you, Zermig or not. Okay, well I'm happy to see you, dude. Take care now, then. I'm happy to see you're doing good. Good job with the exams. I'm doing my thing too. I'm trying to like finish my exam. There's like one more exam. This morning I had like my class on teens. And it went actually pretty well. I was really thinking I would have crashed because I slept really badly. But I was fine. I kind of went well. It went really well. So what's your exam? What's your exam? What's your exam? Bye, bro. Goodbye. Goodbye, Adam. Not to talk to you. See ya later. Okay, Pollock. Okay, I know people don't usually like Pollock, but I really enjoy Pollock, like a lot. I just really like the way he does his painting. But I know like people don't get it. I remember like probably with you, chat, with you guys, but like you get it or you don't, and that's a fish. That's a fish. That's more fish. That's also another fish called the Pollock. That's a happy fisherman. I catch this big fish. I bet you it was that big. Bottom of the river. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. Accordion? Accordion? They put the accordion? This is what? Irish? That's cool. They played an accordion here. Okay, so he's from the same movement, okay? A bunch of like artists trying to be like, oh, I'm cool and doing like abstraction. Like I said, every song sounds new. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. If artists are really able to like, each song feels like different, but at the same time, it still holds a certain like cohesiveness with the band. It's always a +1. The works are pioneer and helped lay the foundation for many artists that followed, but it was painting in a time when abstract art and innocent was not fully accepted by the critical vanguard or the commercial collectors. Soft palette and sharp lines create an atmosphere, but the work is mostly unemotional or expressive. Instead, they are an attempt to depict the beauty of a rigorous system through forms and color. Per year show painting in the series, and with each show and painting, he moved the dial slowly to greater development acceptance to more radical form. So he was like an early adopter of like expressionism, and I feel it makes sense because like before abstract expressionism, you had this movement. First thing first, like in Russia, there was like this avant-garde scene that was like doing really cool stuff, and also like this movement called futurism. That was like in Italy, but also like Cubism with like Picasso. And I want to show also, I don't remember the name of the movement, but like in Russia, avant-garde from like the 20s, like before recent avant-garde in the 20s. There's a name for that. So basically, just to understand where we went to like this guy, because like it's really interesting because like the way the site was explained this painting. Okay, did I enjoy this boat in the river? It was interesting. I liked how they played the accordion and stuff like that. But personally, I felt like the melody was a bit like lacking. And each time I was listening to this, I was like, only remember this one song that came later in like the 90s. It was like Lemon Tree. I think that's the name of the song. Yeah, this song. I feel like I was hearing this song instead. It came like so much later. That's like 15 years after. But like I feel it gives me the same eccentric vibe here with like the sticks. But at the end, I was just like, you know what? Maybe it paved the way a bit, but it's not as great as this thing here. I feel there's still that quirkiness of like using like an accordion and like that weird drum it was using, which I wonder like if there's like Irish thing. This song is really good. It's popular too, but you know. Okay, so basically you see how they explain how the painter here was trying to get through like a painting that's like really cut. It's like it's straight. All the forms are straight. The colors are cold. It's like we're in the 30s in like big cities like New York. Big skyscrapers, steel everywhere. Also, like just the idea of like technology that keep advancing post-war, and also the game like I feel like the whole thing there's like a thing about like using like square thing. It kind of writes itself into like what people were doing like Picasso and stuff like that, which is really not the same thing. Like there's a really like house feeling to these paintings where here really with the color it's like really cold. It's really like almost like scientific. I don't know about you guys. You might like say I'm kind of weird, but when I think about like scientific stuff, it kind of gives me the same like cold, calculated, rigorous feeling. The same palette of color. It's like I don't know if you read the book. Also, like it reminds me of another thing. It's also like the book A Brave New World. It's same vibe of like that aesthetic of like science and like technology or whatever. I don't know why I said Russian avant-garde. I think there's a it wasn't that thing, but I was just like pointing out that it was like you have cubism that actually use like forms to make like figurative like things, while like I think in Russian you have like more stuff that's like just like shapes. And like, oh, what's the mix there? Americans. Scientific gives me vibes of a color white. You know what? Yeah. But do you see how that image that you got out of like just the term scientific? We can explore it a bit more here. Okay? Like, I feel, we all agree that when you think about science, you kind of think about like the color white because it's all the lab coat or something like really clean or something like really when someone there's like no microbes, like so clean. You say it's I don't have the words, but there's like there's a thing we can like go more into. There's a thing like cutting edge with like science. It feels like a laser or something, and that's how he was trying to like kind of like put, I think, some of that feeling forward with the painting. And science smell like iodine. You see, yeah. It smelled like iodine. That's true. That's the thing. I never think about like the smell when I think about like some things. For me, it's really more of a vibe. It's an experience, a texture. It's like a texture. But yeah, it smelled like that Again, there's like a dryness. Maybe that's a word. There's a dryness, even with like iodine or the color white. There's a dryness, and here we can even like feel that dryness with like the cutting thing. But at the same time, there's like a futuristic vibe to like think about that thing. Anyways, Mr. Roboto, what is this album cover? I'm sorry. What is this? What is this? But the thing is, one end I listened to core like Eminence and Landmark and then Styx. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's a luxury we can like have fun doing now with like the platforms. We can like go so random and make like jumps that are so like weird like that, which I can like enjoy. And, you know, it's gonna. Sometimes it becomes like a vomit, you know. It's just like too much like for a part, but it's kind of that's like Queen. They made a Queen song. Queen song if they were like synths. Okay, I want to get through Nico's two other song, Nick. Alright, we'll get to your two song, Nick. Oh, he looks so cool. Dude, he looks so sick with his guitar. Joey! Joey, please make love to me!
Joey.
What is this?
Please.
Katy Perry, what is this album cover? he's just naked cowboy. Naked cowboy Joey. Blues and soul is so romantic, dude. It's so sexy. So yeah, that was a payday. We'll go through fast what else it was there in the site. I'm just curious because usually I don't have that much time to do these things. So I just want to see. A short film. Wait. Nick, you might love this. I see you watch like so many movies lately on Letterboxd. But like this site is cool because it puts like movie clips. So I guess we could watch this. Oh, dinosaurs! Dude, is that gorilla? That feels like something that's going to be like King Kong or some shit. Let's see the playlist they made. Let's see the playlist. Hurricane Live at Paradise Garage Archival Cinema. So I need a description here. You have been watching a lot. What have you been watching? You wanna? Let's go on Letterboxd. Let's see. Before we go to the clip. Nikos! Nico. Oh, you put Shaw Egg as your favorite movie? Oh, I need to watch City of God and 12 Angry Men. Dude, you have a better you're not better taste of movie than me. Movie takes too much time, but it's really cool. Oh yeah? Watching Stall must be one of a kind. Fear of Loading, I think you don't even need to be stoned to like enjoying this. I feel Fear of Loading is like just one trip. The whole movie is a trip. It's a bit like Train Spotting, right? Just like this drug movie in LA or Las Vegas, which was like kind of awesome. You dig? I don't know what you say. Oh yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Fargo. That album, that cover is kind of cool. Such a wild movie it is. Wait, I kind of like this like poster. What is this? What is this? Why is RuneScape ads? Oh, it's in my watch list. So, all my friends. Oh my god, look how many people have watched it in my friends list. They all enjoyed it. Old viewer, midnight. One of my fav. Best viewer, Nick. Okay. What else? What is this movie? Audie? Is that Katy Perry? What is this? What is this? What kind of era is that? Okay, Joey was good. I didn't think much. It's just fine song to enjoy. I just think he's fucking sick. Loving You, Johnny Guitar was. You've put this guy before. You've put this guy before. Oh, he's the guy that did like Superman Love or something. You know, like there's like one song Baby Driver from this guy. I think you
know, the love like we have, you don't.
Superman Lover, yeah.
It's something like
I think there's like Algo Waiter also showed me like one of his songs. I think it was some song from him. Like Space Guitar was like fucking sick. I watched it just because Jessica Alba is insanely hot. Jessica Alba. Wait, I cannot write because it's going to just open. You're Nick the Pimp. Yeah, she's pretty. She's really pretty. What did she play in? All 2000 movies. What happened after 2000? She had like the perfect 2000 style. Pretty woman, I agree. I don't know how to approach this because there's the part of me that wants to be like, oh, girls, dude. Ooh, girls, dude. But like, I don't want to be like, oh, she's so hot, dude. I need to be a gentleman, okay? If you're going to play Playboy, I feel I want to be the polite Playboy. But she is really pretty. You know, there's styles of Playboy. I feel like you need to be careful. You don't want to be the nice guy. No. Be careful. I get it. It's a weird play. I feel like it's fine for a guy to play the Playboy type. It's just I feel it's a game that's really hard to master. You know, you need to be careful to not be like an Andrew Tate type Playboy. You know, or just like a genocidal dater, you know, like those type of guys that are just going, I don't know, a Don Juan, modern Don Juan. Do you know who Don Juan is? Do you know what Don Juan is? I'm not sure if it's a French thing. Who wrote this again? Who wrote this? There's somebody that wrote this. Being a Playboy is cringe as fuck. Yeah, but like, have you watched like old school Playboy from the 60s? Like, okay, I just need to be careful here. If we're going to watch vintage Playboys. I'm going to just go through it first. I saw the opera live. Really? Don't you want opera? That's so cool. Really? That's kinda neat. Huh, was it good? What did they play? It's just like, okay, look, being a Playboy, it's just, you need to approach sexuality into a certain way, okay? I feel that that's such a sphere of life that is like hard to really approach a way. That's why you say it's cringe, because like it is. And that's why it's a hard play, because it's like playing a character with your sexuality. And that's the thing with Playboy. Okay, I need to be careful. Can I read? I need to become a member. God damn it. I mean, the album cover seems pretty cool. I think we're fine. Like, if they made it somehow extremely depressing. Really? I don't remember the end, but like, I felt it was like kind of light-hearted. I don't remember, do you really remember that much, like, the thing? Okay, we need to be careful here. But like, if Marvel Rival is a game we can play, we can watch, and there's like Pool Lady on Twitch, I think we'll be fine to watch old school Playboy covers. Like, this is cool. Use gray concrete. What do you mean by that? I feel, okay, Nick, the thing with like playing the sexuality part, it's an aesthetic like any other thing, okay? It's just an aesthetic that's going to play on sexuality. But the thing with sexuality, it's such a material that's like really hard to play because of like how society perceive that thing. Like playing on sexuality, especially today, how like they use it, like especially with like marketing and stuff like that. There's like it lacks a maybe the cohesiveness, but like I don't know. That's the only element other than a casket. Really, just gray all over. It lacks warmth. I feel like for me, like Don Juan, some part of it, like there's like a warmth to like the play, which I don't know. But like look at this like design too. They're funny. Like it's, you know. I really enjoy the design. Again, it's a play on sexuality, and playing on sexuality, it's like a sphere of our life. We cannot like say it's not part of our existence as people. You know, sexuality is one thing. It's just like how people are going to approach it. But the people who were Don Juan and X, the only element other than the casket, but the people, oh yeah, they were really into like the play. How long? No, not a lot of skin, which is really a weird thing. You see that in the 50s? Not a lot of a skin still, even for something that's supposed to be like sexuality. Not a lot of a skin. I mean, it's like, ooh, side boob, ooh. It's like even with porn, it's like, it's such a weird thing to see like society how they deal with their sexuality, okay? We're still fine. We're still at the point where it's like sexuality as like a fine art thing, as a macho thing. Especially Leo Perello were so damn talented. Cool. Yeah. Nice. One thing I really want to watch one day. I know it's like really expensive, so I don't have the money for that. But I really want to watch like Casse-Noisette. You know, like the Tchaikovsky, like what was the name? You know, Tchaikovsky, like Tchaikovsky. Nutcracker, the Nutcracker, the Nutcracker. You know, I really want to watch that. The Nutcracker in live. That feels like really cool, especially when it's like classical music at the same time. Again, I feel like the 50s Playboy were really not that wild. They were just like really cool. I just when is going to be the time where, oh, you see now we get like a actual like model on the magazine. You see, there's something that changed here. Like there was no model like being like the center of attention here. I mean, kind of here, but it was like another thing. It was being a I don't know what. Now we're getting more frisky. We're getting more frisky. It's a James Bond vibe. That's a thing. It's a James Bond vibe. It gives like a real James Bond vibe. Oh, we're getting risky here. Until we get a bad cover here. You see, that's what, like, I mean, that's still a drawing. That's not a picture. Oh, we're getting more skin. You would watch this, and this is like just normal. Like, I feel like you put this as a movie thing, it would be like. Okay, I think we're going to end here. I think in the version more people died. In the version more people died? What do you mean? Okay. I'm happy. I wouldn't want we talked too much. Do we do anything else? Is there like a game we could play? Is there a video we could watch? I wanted to wait. Chat, guys, people, folks, guys, bros, fellas. I wanted to watch this YouTube video of criminal psychology. Like about this guy, narcissist. I said it before. Narcissist guy that was being interviewed, and I was like, that could be interesting. So I guess we'll try that, okay? If you guys fuck with this, we'll do that. I've watched only the 5 first minutes, so we should be fine. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Give me a second. This is a wrong account. I need to find the video. Here we go. Come on, interroge. Okay. Oh, don't talk about polyamory, please. Again, there's nothing wrong with polyamory, you know. It's like that's just a way of couples. It's just like, you know, that's a thing society is doing, which is kind of interesting to see, like all these dynamics get more popular. Like I was really impressed by when I went to university, how much it was like a still of life, you know, like a lot of people are just like doing that shit. Anyways. I wanted to see the quality here, the sous-titres. Is it loud enough? I think it's loud enough. That's not music. I don't know what you're saying.
He'll be right in. You need coffee or anything?
I'm gonna go get him some food. He hasn't
Okay.
so.
Joe, I'm just gonna search you, man. Make sure. Can I unzip that, or do you just want me to pat you down on the outside?
I found a clip of it. Okay, so you can send it. Send it. We'll watch it.
Don't take it off. Don't take it off.
Are your hands warm? Okay.
Despite the seemingly cordial exchange you just watched, 41-year-old Joseph Ferlazzo is at this point classified as extremely dangerous and unpredictable. And it's no coincidence the biggest officer at the Vermont State Police St. Albans barracks.
At 2 seat concrete and old chairs. That's it. That was yeah. They were a bit lacking the budget for the scenery.
Was chosen to conduct this opening sequence of his interrogation.
Long night, huh?
Yeah.
Any knives on those keys?
Oh, you know what? There's like a little baby,
How about that? I just set that right there. We do this, you know, we always make sure anybody that comes...
It's in my corner? Okay. Retire for some time. Welcome back, sir. Don Giuliani? Okay, yeah. I don't know why you opened 2 times. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. It's all gray. Shit, linked by general legation. We got you. We got you. We're going to you know what do they say? Dox you. You're cooked, dude. Yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's like a weird like scenery. Like why is it cowboy? Is it a horror mansion? Like why is it Halloween? Since when Don Juan is Halloween? Why are they in a cemetery? I mean, maybe they really wanted like to be the thing is on the actors, right? And they made it like an opera. Kill him! Kill him! Kill! Je suis opéra. Don Juan he's kind of fell off. Why is Don Juan like kind of like my ankle? I mean, Don Juan is an opera? Really, I just thought it was like one of these books, you know? Why is there an American? Why is there an American in all of this? I don't understand. Why is it like a 50s Southern couple with Don Juan? They've twisted this. Why there's symmetry? Why is it Halloween? The question will never end.
Doesn't have any knives or anything on them. Is that your wallet? Yeah. You said that there for me. We're just always, you know, hyper vigilant about everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a seat, make yourself comfortable.
I think Amy said she's gonna get you some food. You said you were hungry? Yeah. Okay.
The focus you need to do interviews like that is kind of crazy.
You,
Because there was a scene where every actor had an outfit from different centuries. Really? Okay, so they really twisted it to like make it like a Don Juan, modern Don Juan or something.
what were you doing? Just going to the gas station?
Yeah.
She found you?
Yeah.
No, no way. Were you on the side of the road?
Yeah, I was walking to the gas station.
Chilling, huh? How you do this thing?
Throwing it like that?
Cool, man.
Imagine for a moment being told to go into a room with a man who just viciously
There's also a Don Juan where Don Juan is the creator of Playboy. Really? That's so funny. That's the 50 guy, that's why.
he murdered his wife.
They've put the Don Juan archetype everywhere. It can be put everywhere, okay?
But act as if he has done nothing wrong, as though he were a harmless stranger in need of assistance. Your outward demeanor must show no judgment, no suspicion, and certainly
Which
no
is
fear.
crazy
While maintaining such an
space to
artificial
have
calm
to be
front
in.
of such an unpredictable threat. Many people would jump at the sudden clatter of metal from his pocket knife being tossed across the table. And while this officer reveals the smallest crack in composure from the sheer abruptness of it, he immediately blends into the moment and maintains the desired atmosphere.
He's crazy like that. He's just crazy like that.
Cool, man.
What you're seeing here from the officer is deception, 100% pure choreography, and a particular form of psychological maneuvering that just so happens to work perfectly with this individual's personality. Anytime Joseph tries to be funny or charming, the officer responds in the appropriate manner to protect his ego. You will notice he completely strips the atmosphere of its gravity and ensures
Always working towards what they are wanting.
Is because Joseph
Yeah, that's so funny.
Lotso, in our opinion, is a raging fucking narcissist. He's so incredibly susceptible
In
to
our
external
opinion.
validation from the officers that he genuinely seems to believe they've taken a strong liking.
That's
to him
kind of the
and
beauty
is
of
able to
opera.
control the environment.
I feel why Scott the was there. Hey, yo, Scott here. He's a fucking raging narcissist. Whatever. Hey, yo, Scott here. Wait, we should watch Scott the Was. I love Scott the Was. Anyways, I mean, they also the kind of beauty of opera that the story stay the same, but the picture change. Opera is a rich thing. It's like this like rich people like thing. I don't know. Opera kind of fell off. Okay, it was cool when they were like kings, but now like they can have like rock and roll and metal. I don't know. Can we watch this?
Super chill, laid-back personality. To give you some context,
It costs
Joseph will
$10
go on to plead not
Really?
guilty to all charges. So let's briefly jump ahead 3 years to his trial and hear in his own words how he supposedly ended up in this interrogation chair.
Please be seated, everyone. Does the defense wish to present a case, Ms. Jan?
Yes, thank you. We call Joseph Ferlazzo.
Okay.
The courtroom. The court. You know what's interesting about this is just you can really like just see kind of like what are all the procedure about like how a criminal is going to go through all the system. You know, like for Evan, there was like an interview, but I wonder that interview is after that courtroom thing. And that courtroom thing, is it like the first time this guy comes with like evidence about like the jury or whatever? Like, who are the people working in the courtroom, or who are the people that does the interview afterwards? You know what I mean? Like, what's the trajectory here?
So Joseph, we're going to take things one subject at a time, okay?
Very good.
So that's where
This morning.
Very
you have like all the lawyers.
Very tired. Yeah.
Okay. Reaches a point where you feel you need a break, let us know.
And what kind of like dialogues are they really like looking for? Because like I feel the way you're going to really assess someone is probably through the law, but like after that it's like, okay, well, how much like law making really applies? It's just like I'm trying to like really understand what is the frame of mind that a judge is working with. You know what I mean? It's like when you go through a system like that, there's like a certain space you're going to have to go through, like and that space is like really like dialogues of law. You have to assess yourself. There's like you know, there's a lot of things going on that makes me like just want to understand the rationalities about like these institutions.
Yes.
The act he's trying to project here is that of a trauma.
Like, of course, like this video is like it point more about like the demeanor of like the criminal itself, but at the end of the day, that criminal is still like have to go through the institution and go through the rationalities of the institution and how they're going to rationalize like the behavior he did, you know. And so I think there's like interesting play here about like all the actors are going to really make sure that institution lives, you know. Through the judges, through the lawyers, through even like the police, through every in between, you know, through the criminal itself too, you know.
Man who had no choice but to save his own life from an abuser. He frequently widens his eyes and performs these hard
like all through the narrative
vulnerability and emotional shock
becomes like forms into that like those chambers, those like rationalities.
Fall apart under cross-examination.
That makes sense.
So let's start
It's hard to
with some
explain.
easy information. Where were you born?
I was born in Pennsylvania, in Reading, Pennsylvania.
When did you move to Vermont?
I moved to Vermont in 2012.
Were you working as a tattoo artist at that time?
Yes, I was.
And it's also like, you know, here, if you're a criminal, you're here to really be sure that your narrative is testing your narrative that you have to be sure of the information you're going to really get out of you. But there's like so much like stuff going on because like they're going to ask you something, but at the same time you can like play to get some information out as an actor that lived through the experience too. There's like other stuff that go through it. The time that passes made you like have time. If you're going to talk to a lawyer, there's like way to play your narrative to like play upon the laws and like get better judgment and stuff like that.
When did you
And even like the judges themselves are people. They're not like machine. They're going to have their own subjectivity. Like how much is like where is the sense of justice? How much like do every judges or lawyers have their own sense of justice to like assess like what is more fair to defend, or like does like lawyers or just like go back the book and like play by the book lawyer games, you know, like just play with the laws. Everything that gets outside of the laws, I don't know how someone like get assessed, but like, you know, like to that space.
Emily.
I met Emily in 2018.
And to be clear, we're talking about Emily Ferlazzo, who was your wife, right?
Yes.
How did you meet her?
Well, I had initially met her through her friend Lauren. I can't remember her last name. Lauren.
There's a more version of Don Juan.
Who one day brought in her bed.
Okay, I want to watch this first here because I'm really interested about like looking at it. But I'm down. We'll watch like all the other version. I've got one song. Now that I think about it, I'll put it there. It's Franz Liszt. Okay, it's not the same thing, but Franz Liszt made a Don Juan like classical piece, and I want to show it to you. Give me a second. I'm going to put it out. Give me a second. Give me a second. Here we go. Reminiscence de Don Juan. That's a Franz Liszt song, which is also like I guess a version. You see what I mean with the pictures? Yeah, when it's like version of like modern like Don Juan. Helsinki.
His friend Emily for a piercing.
When she left.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to take a coffee. A coffee. Yep. Stay there. Also drink water, okay? I think, you know what? Now that I'm going to take a coffee, I think it's time, everyone in chat, I don't know who is listening right now. Seer, I guess Seer. Seer, let's go grab some water and stay hydrated. It's Helsinki and Munich. Oh, cool. Helsinki, Finland. Okay. Okay. Ugh.
After I made a comment to Lauren, I said that, I was like, that friend of yours is something special. I said I wouldn't mind making her my next ex-wife. Lauren laughed.
You didn't start dating her at that point, did you?
No. I think she was.
What is a judge looking through here? Like, what is the information they want?
Returns to the shop to get a tattoo. He claims that she called him afterwards, whereas
Like, it's because I'm trying to see, because I learned in school like how to kind of start building like a working alliance with. I mean, here it was teams, but like there's a lot of like similarities of like how dialogue but with someone becomes like a thing to get the information out to help the person. So I just wonder like where is the frame that a lawyer or a judge is going to try to put in the to foster to assess criminals, which is really interesting to think about, because like even like in those frames they have like rationalities about the institution and like the country or whatever, and their subjectivity or something.
She wanted to have more tattooing done. She's like, oh my god, like I really love this tattoo, like, and now I want more. A week and a half, 2 weeks later, she's back getting more tattoos. I'm you know, I'm asking her how she's been in the last 2 weeks, how her tattoo healed. Her demeanor was different. She told me she had just broken up with her boyfriend. She dyed her hair a different color.
She dyed her hair.
She was extremely flirty. And
Cross from
I was
gallery?
receptive to that. I was like, wow.
Someone was mad.
Friend, she dyed her hair a different color. She was extremely flirty.
Like, also, like, when you're going to, like, court, there's, like, this... There's a crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of having your crowd there? What is the ideals here of the justice system? Like, when you go through these rooms, okay? I'm not talking about, like, police brutality or something, because that's another, like, story. I'm just talking about, like, those, like, rooms, like, those thing. It's like Camus, you know?
I was receptive to that. I was like, wow, like, you really seem, like, pretty open today. Like, and I asked her if she wanted to go, have a motorcycle ride, and,
because it's there to ensure a fair trial. But what's the role? Do they actually, like, do as a party? Or are they, like, really an actor to, like, debate the sentence? Or I don't know what. I don't even know if here is, like, doing the sentence. Or he's just, like, going through, like, a one first round, you know?
some of Vermont.
And I like this. There's, like, I think it's kind of seems, like, factual. You know, they've put, like, the real videos. I'll see, like, I know, like, here this guy is just psychology, well, his demeanor, but, like, still. Like, this type of psychology is still, like, written inside, like, a certain, like, frame of, like, psychology. Depends on the country. Yeah, of course, it depends on the country. But, like, generally speaking, here it's, like, it's USA, so, like, the US, like, don't approach the same way as the Canadian, but, like, of course. Like, still, it's interesting to, like, even then, if we're able to, like, know how the US deals with their own system like that, how much is, like, it's fun to kind of compare to, like, other countries, you know? They don't have the same approach, you know?
And did she?
Yes, she did.
Or Germany.
We took a motorcycle
Some
ride
state
back.
have a junior
So
system
after that night, when did you see
for
Lauren
kids.
at-
Yeah, that's true too. Like, there's, like, how are you going to, like, profile the criminal too? There's, like, is there every criminal, like, goes through the same people? Some have judge system. Yeah, judge system. But again, for me, it's, like, really vague. All these, like, steps. Like, who are the actors here?
Oh.
Anyways,
The next day.
They hung out every day for the rest of the summer. and
so he's
eventually got
explaining.
married in
They're just
October.
asking question.
So you were happy?
I was happy.
And did she seem to be happy?
Yes, she was.
And during these first few months of your relationship, what I've already asked you, you said it was euphoric and you were both happy, right?
Yes, that's right.
What's the matter? You're looking a little,
Yeah, I'm feeling very emotional right now.
what's bothering you?
I miss her.
And again, what here is, like, is going to add to the sentence? Like, if you feel bad, it's, like, less or something. The law is the law.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
He claims the
Man,
first
if you
7
have
months
some
of
spare
marriage-
time, you must watch 12 Angry Men. You'll love it. I'm sure. I'm sure. There's so many movies like that. I'm sure I would love it. Yeah. Okay. Is it? You know what? I need to take the plane soon for, like, going for vacancy. I might try to watch it. I'll have time. Well, I remember. Wait. Where is it?
happy before things
Is it
started
on, like,
going
Netflix?
It led to, well, it led to
I'm down.
violence. And,
Well, explain what you mean.
It's on Amazon Prime.
physical
Okay, perfect.
abuse, so
I do have
coming
Amazon Prime.
into our relationship.
The only evidence of physical abuse in their relationship was of him abusing her, which colleagues in their work circles had suspected was going
I want to hear your thought. Yeah, we'll talk about it another time for sure. I'll do that. I'm down.
on.
Where she
And also, like, here, when you try to, like, assess a criminal, are you going to ask people around him that know him? Like, how does that work? How do you use all that information? Which is also, like, a
go
interesting
through
game.
my phone and then respond by beating on me.
Was she saying anything to you while this was happening?
But sadly, need to go off. Okay,
Yeah,
goodbye,
just really-
Sir. I need to make food. Yeah, go make some food. Happy to hang out with, man. Happy to see you're doing good. Steaks was pretty good, and yeah. Take care, man. I'm glad to see you.
Angry, so you know you're.
Stop me up, bro.
You're a fucking
Sorry.
asshole. I don't want to. Do I have to swear? Do I have to?
I want
quote?
you to say what she said.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she would say, you know, you're.
I'm a
fucking
sensible
asshole.
man. I don't want to swear.
I can't believe you're still fucking talking to this bitch. And it was a friend of mine that I'd known for years, and I told her that I would stop being physical with this friend, and that our relationship wasn't going to dissolve because we were friends since 2014. Like.
Was she angry?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was very angry. Yes, she was assaulting me.
So she was verbally angry
Yes.
and physically
Yes, ma'am.
hitting you.
Yes, physically.
And did you ever hit her back?
No, ma'am.
You never contacted the police about any of the times that she assaulted you.
The technical term for what you're seeing here is called drawing the sting. It's when the defense raises a damaging issue themselves before the prosecution can exploit it. And Joseph here seems to have practiced...
Oh yeah. What's a prosecution? And putting that in face of him. What is the goal here? To make a reaction? What are we testing here? What is the goal here? Are we testing like a slip out of like making like a big play? What is it?
Issue themselves before the prosecution can exploit it. And Joseph here seems to have practiced this one in the mirror a few times.
No, it's not their business.
Not their business. That's a motto that you live your life by, isn't it?
I'm an independent person. I'm a very private person. I don't want...
Oh, I see. They're trying to make link. Oh, it's like, okay, so if you can catch the value of the person or something, you can be like, yeah, that's not coherent with like how you are. Okay, I see. They're trying to pinpoint how much like there could be like contradiction between the thing you're saying and what you're saying about yourself and what you are. I see. That's okay. I see what they're trying. They're really trying to just show you the contradiction here. Of like you said you're doing that, but that doesn't work as your value. You seem to be proning or something. Which is, okay.
I want to dump my crap on other people.
They then got a dog, bought a camper van, and went to Bolton, Vermont for their 1-year wedding anniversary.
This was our first like road trip as a family. So it was very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Emily too, she was in a good mood.
Yeah, she was super excited.
That's so weird how if he go through his memory, like not that memory wasn't like even like colored by all the thing that came after it. You see, like maybe I don't get it, but I feel like even like a trip like that's like supposed to be like so good is going to be colored by like all the shit that I go through. You see?
So it's very exciting.
It was very exciting. It's like it was like a good memory. But like I feel you won't approach like your memory the same way after like an episode like that. Am I crazy? I
Yeah.
And Emily too.
Like yeah, it was so cool. It was like a family. Like I feel like you wouldn't approach the same way the memory if like something happened.
In a good mood.
Yeah, she was super excited to take Rosie out, and she was stoked to meet Nikki and Ariel.
Nikki is his sister.
I still understand like it's in such a stressful like moment, even if it's a martyr, like but like still.
Who they were meeting up with for the anniversary. The first night they got there, while alone together in the camper van, he claims Emily started becoming combative, saying the anniversary idea was terrible and the camper van was stupid.
So I was like, yo, like maybe just like pour yourself a drink and relax.
He then takes the dog out for a walk and brings his handgun with him.
It has tritium sights on it, so...
What? Why do you need a handgun? Americans, dude, I don't understand.
And that was, I had seen some...
How do you have a gun?
What I believe to be coyote. I like showed...
That's such an American thing. It's like, there's a coyote, I'm going to get a gun. Just stay inside your van, who cares?
Of eyes in the dark, so... Remington's a pretty small dog. And I just wanted to be able to protect her.
Magnificent valor.
When he gets back into the
He wants to protect her with the gun.
Emily starts berating him about the
That's
candle
such
shade
a man thing.
And I said, it's not that bright. Like, you could always just roll over. She got up and ran at me and grabbed one of the candles.
He claims that she begins attacking him with a candlestick.
Where?
She hit me in like my neck and head, and
No
my
evidence.
arms.
No evidence.
You know, I was like blocking. I had to restrain her. I had to like physically grab her by her arms and like hold her arms down.
It's kind of interesting, like how many like discipline it needs to like filter through the information of a crime like that, because now you get like you need like some more like not doctor, but like people that work with the bodies more, you know.
Kicking. She actually kicked Remy.
He says that he manages to push her onto the side of the bed and she calms down.
I told her that, you know, that we're not your punching bags, and
You said what?
I told her that we weren't her punching bags.
We weren't.
She kicked Remy.
For the record, Emily adored animals, and this statement was deemed extremely implausible by her peers. Joseph, on the other hand, was accused by his ex-girlfriend of kicking her dog on 2 separate occasions.
She was kicking me and punching me, and I pushed her back, and I told Remy, I was like, yo, we're gonna take a walk.
After the second walk, he gets back into the camper van, drinks a vodka and Coke, then starts getting into his side of the bed.
So I was climbing over her, and she shouted, fuck off. And she like threw an elbow at me, and elbowed me in my groin. And I said, no more hitting. And so we had like a bunch of throw pillows that we like lined around the bed, like the top of the bed where we slept. So one of the throw pillows was right there, and I swatted her with the throw pillow, and I said, stop hitting.
Please remember these next 17 seconds, which we're calling the phony fugue state. He tries to present a foggy, dissociated moment of recollection, with long pauses, forced ums, and a vacant stare. But it's pure performance. And we know it's performance because he'll completely contradict this manner of recollection during cross-examination.
Oh, I see. That's also interesting. If you're going to actually have a memory that's going to be like dissociated or whatever, that you're going to approach that memory the same way every time, you know? That you can like still have like a certain like timeline over like your relationship to a specific memory. That's kind of cool though. So here he dissociates, but like the other time the other time you kind of work around the memory, it doesn't dissociate the same way when you should have like this relationship to like be like still a thing.
That's when it happened.
That's kind of cool.
What happened?
Kind of freaky, but you know.
She said, "That's it. You're dead," and she threw her arm under her pillow.
He earlier made the claim that both him and Emily slept with handguns under their pillows.
That's
Highly
crazy.
implausible by witness testimony.
And she pulls her hand out.
Why would you sleep with a handgun under your pillow?
You asked
Girl.
to create, so we made a major update.
And guy.
Is now live.
And
How are you feeling?
I was feeling horrified. Just
Were
like
you afraid?
I was terrified. Like there was like as soon as I saw that, like I just felt like this like wave of heat, like just like red hot, and she started like pushing her body up in an instant, and I'm like, no, and like I don't know, like she wasn't stopping, and I was holding my Glock.
He'll later claim he was in the process of putting the gun under his own pillow.
And she started just like coming up at me, and I just fired.
Wow, I love guns.
Why?
She was gonna shoot me.
And
You see. Oh God. Again, he did murder her, but like you see how just having a simple gun puts the stakes so much higher, dude. It's like it makes the situation just more intense for no reason. It's like if someone has a gun, you're not going to think the same way as someone has a. Anyways.
Very.
That's the US, baby.
From this point forward, he claims to have no memory of the events that followed until he woke up in a police cell 3 days
Again,
later.
I feel it's more complicated than that, you know, gun laws, but I feel there's a thing here. It's just like, all as a prop into that situation, guns were becoming, define the situation. How much a prop makes for so much into like a scene. For example, like a killing of someone. You see? Like just like a dispute. How much like in a dispute, you put a prop like a gun, it's just going to like change the way the situation is going to evolve.
But according to corroborated evidence and witness testimony, he had breakfast with his sister the next morning, where he ordered a goat cheese omelet, a side of bacon, and a samosa. He then gave his sister a tattoo. When his sister asked where Emily was, he told her she was sleeping. He then sent a string of text messages to Emily's phone number.
So, it was able to like stay, like I don't know, dissociate or something, but all the morning, like act normally. Oh, he did that to like, he'd be like, oh babe, just wake up, like he didn't know. That's kind of funny. So now he remembers, but like the day after he tried to act like nothing
Went to
happened.
a bonfire party where he was seen taking bong hits and doing keggers. Later that same evening, he would send
Ow.
Emily another series of text messages.
This is far enough. Get your ass up. We're gonna go back. Yeah, are you coming back? Random question. Where is the extension cord? I want to plug the fan in. Wait, was it before or after?
He went for pancakes and a samosa once again the next morning, then sent Emily one final message. It would be shortly after this message that Emily's mother asked Joseph where her daughter was and why her phone had been switched off for so long. He told her they had gotten into a fight and that he hadn't seen Emily in roughly 2 days. Emily was then reported missing. Roughly 7 hours later, as Joseph's friend was driving him back to where the camper van was parked, they noticed police had cordoned off the area. Joseph then told his friend to stop the car, at which point he got out and wandered off into the woods. His next known location was at a maple fields 10 miles away roughly 14 hours later, where by pure happenstance he was spotted by a police officer.
And what was he doing?
He was getting a drink out of the cooler and sort of stepping back from the cooler at that time.
Did you recognize the male?
When he closed the door to the cooler and he turned around and we made eye contact, I was like, wait, I know this person. In that moment, I couldn't figure out where or why. My brain was still trying to catch up with me. But I knew I recognized him.
Okay. And did you ultimately determine how you recognized him?
Yeah, so he walked to the right and then turned to walk up to one of the aisles towards the front of the store, and he turned and looked at me again, and we locked eyes again, and at that point I recognized that it was Joseph Ferlazzo.
Okay.
And
it seemed to me, based on my training and experience, it was almost as if he were trying to figure out, you know, fight, flight, freeze, what do I do?
Okay. And what did you say to him?
I said, Joseph, it's you, right? Are you okay?
This was Detective Sergeant Amy Nolan taking the initiative, and one of 2 reasons why the upcoming interrogation...
Okay, and so okay. And now we're getting to the nitty gritty, okay? So, even with the police, what's the difference between a detective and like a normal police guy? And the detective, was she there like since the beginning? Because like she wasn't responding to like phone call? Was she like going around or something?
Folds the way it does. Joseph Ferlazzo was classified as a homicide suspect. She would have been entirely within her authority to draw her weapon, order him to the ground, and wait for backup to secure the arrest. Instead, relying on her experience and a remarkable amount of both courage and composure, she seized a unique opportunity when it presented itself.
Okay. And what did he do in reply?
He took his drink.
And again, it's interesting that the plays they're going to like you bring to the frame of work you want to like establish with like criminals and stuff like that.
Down, and his body language sort of deflated, and he said, "No, I'm not okay."
And there's also a thing about like the psychology. It's really like I gotta say this. It's really like micro movement and stuff like that, which is like not microaggression. That's another thing. Like micro movement, are really going to see like just how they react to you know what I mean. I feel that's not really. For what I don't know, I see, but like it doesn't seem that these like micro movement are as used as other field maybe of like application of like relationship with like something. That makes sense.
She very gradually explains that he's not in trouble and not under arrest, but feels it could be a good idea for him to accompany her back to the police barracks.
And so did you bring him back to the barracks?
I did. The other thing that we did sort of in that halfway point was I asked him and explained before I could give him a ride. It was our sort of protocol that we had to pat somebody down for weapons before I could allow him in my cruiser with me, and also because I don't have a typical cruiser with what they call the cage in the back to separate the officer from a person that they've picked up for some reason. So he said that was fine. He indicated he had no weapon, so I patted him down real quick.
So it was just you and Mr. Ferlazzo in the ride back to the barracks?
Correct.
And did you speak to him during that time about Emily?
Not about Emily. I asked him, like I said, it was cold that day. I asked him, are you cold? He said he was. I turned the heat up. I said, have you been out all night? Based on the interactions that I knew had occurred the night before, he said he had. I asked him if he, was thirsty, if he was hungry. He said he was. And so, again, I told him, I turned the heat up and I told him I would get him something to eat once we got back to the barracks.
The journey to the police station took just under 7 minutes. The second factor behind how this interrogation unfolds is Sergeant Nolan's ability to brief her colleague at speed.
There's also this thing. Imagine just even... okay, I like this part.
30 seconds for the suspect to be greeted at the door by the...
Just like the organization of, like, the institute, the organization it takes to, like, all this shit.
Precinct's
all those jobs.
And walked to interview room 3, during which time she managed to relay the circumstances of his arrest and the precise approach required for this interaction.
In the 7 minutes, you have 7 minutes between like the walk. You need to brief like who's this guy, who am I going to use. So potential like things. This guy knows he made the killing? Did he know? I'm confused though about the actors. Like, what information did they have? That's the thing. Maybe that's like really interesting with like a bit like a criminal psychology. Is like how much information gets through each actors.
Cool, man. What time did your shift start?
That information builds.
You did on day shift, so I do like 8 to 8, like a 12 or something. No, 9 each.
It's also like the experience probably of like living this thing that does be like crazy.
10 hours.
I'm gonna go get you a sandwich, but will this hold you over? You're not gonna eat that? Okay. I'll go get ham, turkey.
Somebody will eat that. I know.
Somebody will.
I know.
Bunch of cops around. Somebody will. It was closest food.
They play it like so good. Well, I think they at this point they know this guy probably is the murderer. I think. Again, what did he do? He killed his wife. He killed his wife, and that's the place I'm like confused about like the timeline, because like at the beginning of the video, I don't know if you went away, but like he talked about it. Then there was like this thing where he went with the detective before going here to the interrogation. Oh shit! But right now I'm like not sure how much they know if it is. And for the context, this guy is he explained pretty well. He explained all the steps.
You got it. All right, I'll get you a sandwich.
I'm not a donut kind of guy. Really sweet,
Yeah, too much. I laid off sugar for a while.
Yeah.
Hey man. Oh my god.
But at the beginning, they know he's a narcissist, and the policeman was playing really well onto him to like make him feel comfortable,
In the blanket?
making him think he's on the control or whatever. you got a blanket. What is this? That is so silly. Is that how? Why?
I guess, yeah. Want to turn around.
Is that the thing you make him feel like a kid or something? What is this?
Celebrate the holidays. Raise a Rocher.
C'est qui me manque, c'est ma grand-mère et mon grand-père, plus mes
The little
amis.
cake, the little blanket. Yeah, no, you're fine, dude.
Getting text updates from my wife. Today was my daughter's first day in daycare.
Oh, awesome. Get pictures and stuff?
Not yet. I asked for some. So I was nervous this morning.
You were?
Yeah. She's never been to a daycare or anything before.
She's gonna come back with, like, a runny nose.
Yeah, right.
That's how I got what I believe was COVID.
Did you?
It was 2019. This cute little kid, literally his entire face was like a booger.
Oh, yeah.
But he was beautiful. He had these huge, like, saucers for eyeballs, like big long lashes like this.
Yeah.
And I'm holding them at arm's length, and I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm like,
You see, I also like just a place like, yeah, I love kids so much, dude. I love kids so much. I get it, dude. I would never kill someone, dude. I'm such a pure guy.
From this. But it was cute. I bounced him on my lap, and
sure enough, you got sick.
So sick. Yeah.
Why are you talking about some random shit? Okay, you need to understand that when you have like these jobs that you need to create conversation with someone, you need to be really able to create a space where you'll be able to get the other person to talk, and that's where here the policeman is trying to get like the criminal to be like comfortable, like to just talk and get the information out. Because the more information you get out, the more you can like assess certain like patterns about him, you know. And so if he feel comfortable, oh I got this blankie, oh I got my little donut, oh I love kids, it creates a certain like frame of mind for the people to work with it. You see what I'm saying? It's just like one way to start, you know. Does that make sense?
COVID. It was like
A connection. Yeah, exactly. It's a connection, but like here I feel like I don't know, especially like how it works, but like the connection you need to have with someone that you're interviewing is not the same as like, for example, what I learned at school. The connection you have to have with a teenager. You know, it's not the same.
On taste and all that.
No.
It's so funny because like I think it's really. I'm happy to be able to make links to you.
Not really. It was just kind of like your run-of-the-mill sort of flu.
Yeah.
He talks about COVID for another 2 minutes while the detective continues.
A teenager or like someone in therapy or I'm trying to think about other contexts. You need to like have a connection like that.
He's pretending to be interested in what he has to say.
You know, I masked and I didn't mask and I touched things and I didn't use hand sanitizer every second, and really I just lived my life the way I was living it.
Yeah.
I just tested negative.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure whatever the fuck that thing was in 19 was the thing. The big bad boogie monster.
Yeah, right.
Of the super flu that we had to shut America down for.
Yeah. Politics.
Into a brief monologue on the global economic fallout of the pandemic.
I love like everybody's like spending their savings, so then it.
But you see what I'm saying? They're putting like a frame where he can just express himself and he can be comfortable, you know, which is going to be like more about like you know, think about it. He wants to be he's egocentric. He needs to tell every opinion, and he needs to be pat on the back for like giving his something. You know what I mean?
But then it jumped back up.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got to be pissing some people off.
Probably. Cool.
Joe?
Are you the guy I'm going to talk to?
Is it Joe or Joseph? Which do you prefer? Do you have a preference?
Whatever's easier for you.
Whatever you prefer. I'm James.
James?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, this is Seth. How are you?
Dude, that's a bit like
Oh, also like just the idea of like having multiple guys at the same time. That makes like a certain impression, you know. You there's like two dudes at the same time like talking to you.
I'm happy if it's hanging
Like all dressed like professionally. You don't really know like what they're saying or something. It's like kind of a posing, you know. There's a certain like violence and that fear, you know, not that fear, but like it creates a tense relationship, you know. There's like a actor balance here that it creates.
I don't need it for anything. Alright, just so you know.
Yep, appreciate it.
Take your fingernails out.
Hey, we're just gonna shut the door just for privacy purposes. I'm sure you saw there's a few people walking around.
Oh,
The actual reason the door is being shut is because it locks from the outside, a standard safety protocol for high-risk cases in Franklin County.
Oh.
You need,
The detective appears noticeably uneasy about the pocket knife being left on the table. He'll be visibly on edge during the early stages of this interrogation, yet still perform exceptionally well. And this is perhaps our favorite interrogator so far on this channel, because he is the exact opposite of the person he is sitting across the table from.
Yeah, but I get it. Why would you let... Is that like a comfort thing? Like, oh, we trust you, so we're going to let it? It makes like...
do you need anything? I see you got water. Somebody got you some food?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So like I said, my name is James. This is Seth. We work for the state police. We're detectives. You know, we've been trying to get up to speed on what's going on today, and it's our understanding that you might be able to help us kind of understand a few things.
Deliberate phrasing, no accusation. Just, we're there for our job. Maybe you're not, you know, we're just doing our job or something.
We are happy to listen. You know, our ultimate goal is to you know, find Emily.
Okay, so, okay, do they know yet? I'm still confused.
Hoping that you can help us with that. Before we get going, I just want to be fair to you. Obviously, we're here in a state police barracks, right? And I just said we're the state police. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of the rights that you have. So I'll read these to you. We're here in St. Albans, Vermont. All right. Well, why don't we, I think what would be helpful for me is just have you start from the beginning of what happened, and start from the beginning, and we'll listen. And then, you know, maybe at the end we'll have a few questions, but we'll go from there. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll turn it over to you. So, kind of what happened?
So I came to Vermont. I was living in New Hampshire for like the last 2 months with my wife and her family. And I came to Vermont. We were supposed to have like a weekend away, big vacation, do some camping, like have some fun. And like as soon as I like put the vehicle in park, like my wife went completely berserk, like completely psychotic. And I shot her as a result of that. And now here we are. So
They stay calm.
Where did that happen?
Bolton, Vermont.
Okay. All right.
That's such... I find it like so cool, the emotional not regulation, but like the knowing of like how can you really put yourself and keep yourself into like that frame of mind to like stay focused or something like really. Damn, that was quick. It's a pretty chill. I haven't really, sorry. It's a pretty chill case. Problem becomes when the guy just stays quiet the entire time. Yeah, but like I feel that's where they have like ways to like make it point some stuff out. Like beforehand, they can like throw at you like some stuff to like make you like react or whatever. You know what I mean? Like if you're being quiet, there's a reason or something. Like you know you can like get kind of down engineer or something. I don't know.
I guess my next question is, when did that happen?
He says it happened early on Friday morning at the Bolton Ski Resort, which is 4.5 days prior to this moment. He then makes a passing comment about, quote, cleaning up after the incident.
I don't know. I don't know anything past that.
Okay. Describe what you mean when you say you cleaned up.
There was like blood coming out of her head, so I like put a bag over it to catch the blood.
And again, that doesn't work with how he played it out into the justice courtroom, where he tried to like live that memory through dissociating, where here is like just kind of like going through it kind of fine.
Clean up. There's blood on the pillows, so just back everything up.
Okay. Where's Emily? haven't been in the bus. So can you describe the bus for me? Like, what's the layout? You walk through the doors.
Bathroom and a kitchen and a bed.
He draws out a diagram of the inside of the camper van.
Okay. And so after you kind of clean up and you put Emily in the bathroom, what do you do?
I don't know.
I'll just the detective go through the memory here. Are they like also building a certain like map in their head to be like able to like know where they're going to like explore with the person? It's like, okay, I see you doing that. Can I explore that part more? How do they make sure like on the spot too, like where are the thing that doesn't make sense? I feel like that's, you know, I mean that's training, but it's a work.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I had some coffee and some breakfast with my sister.
In the Airbnb?
The coffee was in the Airbnb, and then we ran down the street for some breakfast.
Okay. Did you talk about what had happened?
No.
No?
No, I was meeting her new boyfriend, so...
Okay.
How do you approach the experience of like the actors? Okay, so I guess like, okay, you see you're an actor there. Okay, tell me about that or something.
Did they ask about Emily? What'd they ask?
Just like, what's her deal?
What'd you say?
I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, my role is like her husband, but also I'm just a punching bag. Like, and then...
Did they ask where she was when you went out to breakfast?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What'd you say?
She's still sleeping.
Okay. Told me. All right.
He rambles through a series of unrelated tangents before getting to the moment when his friend was driving him back to the camper van, and he saw the police officers waiting outside.
And he turned the car around, and I was like, listen, I'm going to jump out of this car, so, like, I can't do this right now. I just need some air. Like, I can't breathe. I'm, like, overheating. Like, so I got out, and that was it. He drove away.
Where'd you sleep last night?
Like the Northern House song? Where did I sleep last night?
I just heard a truck blow.
Alright.
Wrapped myself up. I was freezing and shivering. Found a place that was like, it was crazy windy.
So you just slept on the floor outside?
Okay.
Wandering aimless and...
Well, I appreciate you telling me all that and kind of doing the time span from Friday when you got to Vermont to kind of how we ended up here today.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, is that okay? What I'd like to do is really focus in on Friday itself and the incident with you and Emily, and kind of go over that with a little bit more detail.
Is there a thing, like, he's like pushing himself onto the table and like, is there a thing there? What sentence did he get? I don't know.
Is that fair?
God, I don't know. They tell usually at the end.
My understanding from what you told me is that you got in...
We're not there yet, dude. We need to go slowly. We need to put like we are at the same time like this investigator. We don't know much. We don't know the information. We just know he killed someone, but like how worse is it?
Between 7 and 8 p.m.
The initial release of the interrogation footage cuts out at this moment. What we know is that they decided to take a break, and Joseph went to use the bathroom. The footage resumes 13 minutes later. Joseph's demeanor while outside the interrogation room was reportedly bizarre, which officers later described as a feigned mild panic attack, noting that he appeared to be forcing a state of vulnerability as a way of presenting himself as the victim. You'll see remnants of it as he now interacts with the officer who escorted him to the bathroom.
Need anything else? You good?
Some company?
Yeah, I'll stand right here. Absolutely.
Can you come sit?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'll sit with you.
What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Joseph.
Nice to meet you.
Are you the individual that sort of comes in during the breaks and sits with Mr. Ferlazzo?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'll sit with you. problem.
Just all of a sudden, too. That's the thing. I don't think like moods work that way. There's probably a thing to be said about like you gotta like change your mood like that. It could happen, but like you know, changing your room. There's like the context around it, but like it feels out of character a bit. You know, a bit like I don't know.
How long have you been in Vermont?
I've been in Vermont my whole life.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been with state police for almost 24 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
What's your favorite part of doing this?
A very interesting detail of this moment is that Sergeant Truex could not once recall being asked such a simple question in his 24 years of service. He hadn't once been to therapy, and remarkably can't remember a single moment where he actually sat down and reflected on such a straightforward concept. So the fact that the moment finally arrives from a psycho murderer playing with his food makes his forthcoming pause of contemplation somewhat absurd, yet absolutely compelling.
That is such a way to describe the the interaction there. Wow. I wonder. I mean that's in the U.S., but like that's another thing. Like how much like for the policemen I've talked to, which is not that many. I feel like they don't really have like a lot of like support around like that sort of stuff because they I remember like talking to a guy who was talking about like the thing he saw and it was like it's gore, it's wild. I mean that's not the same, but like there's still a thing about like how much like gore you can just take in, which is really something that kept me in mind a lot about like they need to live this experience a lot. And I heard like I don't remember when, but like I heard about the thing about like in the police like suicide rates are like so high too, which is like I mean it makes sense. Like their job is like going through like psychopathic like murders and stuff like that and gore as shit, you know, for justice. But like just like living through that, it's like oh my god. First rate of suicide. Maybe even the first, but like I'm pretty sure there's like a high rate of suicide in police.
Just trying to do the best we can for people's families. Probably.
I love that rationality. Also, like why? Also, like the rationality. Why are they are they caught in the first place and stuff like that? That's really interesting. Again, that dynamic, like coming out of the psycho that murdered someone. Like he put it well. It's absurd. Yeah, I mean, you will deal with murder, suicide, anything you can imagine. The worst of the wars. Yeah, that's the thing. And like, also like I said, the friend I talked to it to with a bit. He explained some of the scene he saw, and they were gore as fuck. Okay, I spilled my monster by the way. God damn it, dude. Gamer, I've got coffee. I should get more Monster. That's what I'm a real gamer. I shouldn't get this coffee thing. I should get Monster energy drinks. But still, 24 years into that, and yet it's crazy how they're like so close to like working with psychology and like the worst kind of minds, and yet there's not going to be like a thing to like help them deal with the worst, you know, themselves. Like, how can you like really? Maybe there's not a way, but like, how to treat, you know? It's such a sphere of like that job that we don't think about it, you know, and you know, now we can talk about politics, you know, but like when they all defund the police, I feel like why can't the money, instead of buying more guns, they can go at least just fix so they can be comfortable into themselves or something, you know? I don't know why. Again, just the fact he pointed out that like someone that's been into this institution for like 24 years haven't had really any psychologic like therapy or something means a lot about like the institution itself. What kind of like links is going to be made between the people too, you know? I feel that's an interesting side to to look at the judiciary system, you know, just a thing like that. Not going to therapy and having to deal with like everyone else. You have people like, you know. I feel like I have difficulties like really explaining it well, but there's still a thing. I'm trying to like point out the. It's really interesting I'm trying to point it out, even if I have difficulties like making a form out of the thing I'm seeing there. Like what it entails about like the institution and like the relationship between people.
You don't need cards.
And that's outside of the criminal too. That's just like how people work with each other, right?
Lettuce wrap. Do what you gotta do, right?
Well, I mean, if I'm not burning the calories, why would I put them in?
Right.
They ease back into it by asking him non-threatening questions, mainly about his travel patterns in the days following the incident.
Yeah, I think I stopped at that gas station right there and just got right on 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the plan with Emily's body? Like, if the police hadn't shown up last night at the bus, what was your plan?
I didn't really have a plan. I was just gonna like take it into the woods and drop it off.
Where?
I don't know. Like I said, I had no plan. I was just gonna take it into the woods and drop it off.
Did you use your phone at all to like search anything? Relate like were you like, what do I do? That kind of thing? Did you do any like Google searches or Safari searches about what you should do?
No.
Didn't look up anything?
No.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah, no,
Trying to make sure.
That's a normal question, right?
Did you use your phone to search anything this past weekend related to what happened on Friday? No.
Again, it's so interesting how their style of like how they talk. It's still really friendly. You know, there's like there's not even like confrontation that much. It's like just question, you know. You still, even then, even if like there's like such heavy information that are like so connotated into the conversation, you still need to like be able to not get flustered and by it or whatever. You know, keep the frame intact or something.
Oh, I didn't have any questions.
Okay.
Nothing that I was like, ooh, I wonder what the other humans do. Like, I didn't.
When you said earlier that
What the other humans? Wait, that is such a weird thing to say.
Nothing that I was like, ooh, I wonder what the other humans do. Like, I didn't.
When you said earlier that you put the bag over Emily's head, did you just put it over her head or like her whole body in a bag?
Now her body's bagged up.
Her whole body's bagged up? Describe that to me.
So, I cut her body and put it in multiple bags.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Like,
how did you cut her body?
They go that gore. I mean,
used a saw and cut her body into smaller, you know, and I backed it up and I was gonna take it into the woods.
Okay. Where did you do that?
In the bus.
On the bus? Okay. Where's the saw?
that's again. I'm like kind of impressed, like how good they are to like approach like such experience, and they need to like think about it. I know there's a way. I don't remember like who was talking about that, but like they kind of see it just as a puzzle more than like an actual feeling. You know what I mean? It's like if you think about that way, it's just like a not a video game, but like a puzzle that's outside of you. That's like there's no feeling towards. You can just see it more like neutrally, but it's still like really interesting how you approach it.
Describe it to me. Just a handsaw? Did you carry any out into the woods? Every piece of...
It's like just hearing about it, I feel like I've got a feeling out of it, you know? So it's like, this guy can like still be able to like keep his frame of mind is really like, I'm amazed.
On that bus, where I made the little circle on that little paper.
Okay. That's important.
Again, they have training for that, but like still. The distance, I can see, you know?
Pour les fêtes, Crave prolonge la magie.
Ça va être le fun, hein? Vous allez passer encore plus de temps avec lui.
Ça va être le fun, hein? Ça, le petit film, là.
Probably not an awesome way to have your day go.
Well, those are the, those are
Petit
the
film avec
details
Ginette.
I was talking about.
Ça va être le fun, on va se mettre sur le divan, puis on va regarder ça ensemble.
I mean, at the end of the day, this investigation is going to take time, and those details will come out, but, I think it's better to hear it from you. So, with that being said, what else haven't we talked about that is important for us to know about what happens to Emily?
And that's your job?
That's it. We talked about all of it.
All of it?
I don't know what else to tell you. Like,
Okay. So I think we're going to step out from...
Is there a way when you like try to explore like what happened, you still can see some hole into the story, you know, like that you don't have to ask it. Oh, did I miss anything? I mean, you could add like word information or something. I don't know.
More coffee or water or anything?
no, I have both.
You have both? You have to use the bathroom?
No.
Okay. I think those are your chips.
No, you can't eat them. I don't eat chips.
Oh, you don't? Oh, hell no. Sorry. You don't eat any starch?
Does it play games with your stomach, or you just
No.
don't eat it?
No, I mean, if I was going to go hiking, maybe, if I needed it, but I'm sitting here, not doing anything. Like,
Okay.
Even Daddy won't eat the chips. Okay.
Hey, Sam.
When you would leave the room and come back in, did he recall who you were?
Yes. Passing moments like this may seem inconsequential, yet it's the prosecution's way of establishing mental competency, effectively neutralizing any possible argument that he was operating in a diminished or compromised state.
How you doing, Joe? You feeling better?
What?
Yes.
What's that mean?
Passing moments like this may seem inconsequential, yet it's the prosecution's way of establishing mental competency, effectively...
Prosecution? Who's the prosecution? Is that the criminal or not? Anyways.
Any possible argument that he was operating in a diminished or compromised state.
How you doing, Joe? You feeling better?
Not really.
Oh, is it like trying to like test if like your play is going to like stop? You know, you had someone else after like it's supposed to finish test your train of like your acting or something.
Not really. So past this part, like how much do you know about like the next part?
Like in general, or?
Yeah.
So every case is a little bit different. First of all, the other detectives are going to want to make sure that what you're saying is true. And Emily's on the bus.
You have cigarettes?
I have them right here.
Oh,
That's first.
Cigarette and coffee pause, classic.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to verify some stuff, and then,
Yeah.
Cigarette time.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what I heard.
Jesus.
The conversation was reportedly casual as they went out for a cigarette.
Really? They even go out for a cigarette? That's kind of funny. Wait, wait. Ain't that kind of... There's something about, like, still having the criminal, the suspect, to get a cigarette with them? Is there a thing about, like, that feels a bit, like, not good for the frame or something? Or is it, like, a...
Something else that kind of comes to mind, having this open conversation, might as well.
Or just another way to, like, make sure the connection, like, still's up there?
Ask me anything.
No, we finished.
Before this investigator went outside with Joseph for a cigarette, he was briefed on some additional details. One of them was that almost 12 years to the date, Joseph's stepmother was stabbed to death in her own home. The case was never solved. They also discovered that in addition to shooting his wife twice, he stabbed her 18 times.
Is this the first time that something like this has happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would, if you
Seems
would,
like pretty.
it's awful.
Pretty in depth.
It's fucking awful, dude. Like, I don't know if it was you or if it was Sam, but if you would have talked to me a week ago, it would have been on the top of the list of things that I would never do.
Again, it's like when you see like stuff like that, like psychopaths don't have a morality thing. It's like it's just dead. They don't see it. There's no like friction. There's no friction to like these things for them, you know? Like usually your morality is going to like get you a bit of friction.
But it's been, it was such a fucking brutal week.
Oh.
Like nonstop.
You can play like like everyone like what would you look like if you had like immorality, but like the friction is not there like in his head.
Was the exact location his ex-girlfriend was staying, and that's what he's currently talking about.
And I don't know what the hell happened. It was just like a complete change.
Alright. Well, why don't we go see where they're at? And
Let me just put your name in here, okay? So it's Joseph, right?
Yep.
So Joe, so this is Amy?
I met Amy.
We met. Oh, okay. So Amy,
What do you need from me?
Amy's gonna take your pictures.
They first take pictures of his face, hands, and clothing.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do swabs of your hands, but, alright, so I have not watched, your interview, but my.
What is this look?
Is that, there was
It feels like
physical altercation with you and Emily, and that you may have been struck, hit, kicked, something like that.
I again, it's like it feels like you can also play the long game. Just like after like 2 hours, 30 minutes, your demeanor is going to be like something else if you're tired or something.
Will you consent to me taking photographs of you without clothing on? And if you're not comfortable with it being me, I can have Robbie do it to see if there's any bruising on you. I mean, we can get like I could do chest and maybe legs if you have underwear on.
What the hell did we just watch?
I mean, we can get like I could do chest and maybe legs if you have underwear on.
This guy is so unbelievably creepy, it's almost unbelievable. Our personal take on what he's doing here must have something to do with Sergeant Nolan's tactical display of approachability during their encounter. Something that Mr. Ferlazzo has catastrophically misread, and maybe feels he can use.
I don't get the creepy part. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm the weird one to not get it. I just like I understand it's not like natural the way like it looks around.
Unbelievably creepy.
Like I said, like it's the looking. Like why is it fixate? Look, it's fucking like straight. It doesn't move.
Photographs of
It's like focused in.
without clothing on, and if you're not comfortable with it being me,
It's like locked in.
to see if there's any bruising on you. I mean, we can get like I could do chest.
I'm sure there's something about that.
Do you have underwear?
Like even when he gets out his clothes, his eyes are still fucking locked in.
What the hell did we just watch?
I don't explain it to us.
Like I could do chest and maybe legs if you do you have underwear on.
This guy is so unbelievably creepy, it's almost unbelievable. Our personal take on what he's doing here must have something to do with Sergeant Nolan's tactical display of approachability during their encounter. Something that Mr. Ferlazzo has catastrophically misread, and maybe feels he can use to his advantage in this situation somehow.
In my head, I was just reading this guy as something he's trying to like show control. Like if I control, I'm fine. I would have put this guy in the picture. In my head, like. If he's a narcissist, how much could he like even like don't even think that much about this guy? Instead, it's like, oh, I have control. Maybe because he's friendly, he thinks he has control or something. But I feel it's just like he's so sure of himself. That's like more about the thing like that, more than like.
Is catastrophically misread, and maybe feels he can use to his advantage in this situation somehow, or perhaps just deepen whatever distorted sense of self this is feeding into. Whatever the case, it's just so excruciatingly embarrassing that we almost didn't put it in this video.
Every part is in. What do you mean?
guy is so
Every part is in
creepy, it's almost unbelievable. Our personal take on what he's doing here must have something to do with Sergeant Nolan's tactical display of approachability during their encounter. Something that Mr. Ferlazzo has catastrophically misread.
Okay, what does that mean about like the way he's creepy? I don't understand like the link here. I don't understand the link. I'll explain the rationalities there, how he acts.
And maybe feels he can use to his advantage in this situation.
How is he using him? I don't see her using him. For me, it's just like he's trying to show off that he has control and he's fine. Of course, like he thinks he's fine because this guy is like playing friendliness, but like
somehow. Or perhaps just deepen whatever distorted sense of self this is.
Deepen whatever distorted sense of self. I don't understand that word. What does he mean deepen? The self is still there. What do you mean deepen?
Feeding into. Whatever the case, it's just so excruciatingly embarrassing that we almost didn't put it in this video.
No, it's not embarrassing. I think that's like that's the interesting part. It shows like the minutia about like his fucking psychopathic like narcissist thing.
If you're willing to let me, as part of the consent, to do photographs of your body as well, okay.
It's like there's no one part that's like less important. I feel like it shows the whole character, you know?
Not a single bruise or scratch was discovered on his body. Not one. Though he was sure to point out some ever so slightly reddish marks on parts of his skin that he could have got from sleeping out in the woods, or perhaps a moderately hot shower. The moment he was finally informed that he was under arrest and going to jail was regrettably not captured on video. As mentioned before, the initial release of this footage came partially redacted, but you can rest assured that it will all come full circle before this video concludes.
Okay. Alright, you're all set. Thank you.
Now, prison time. Cross-examination. Okay, so when you go to the judge, that's where you have like a cross-examination. So now it's like you're going to like try to have like multiple perspective. Like, okay, we dealt with the criminal itself, but maybe now it's time to like look at, let's say, the other actors at the same time. Like, let's put all the realities into one bucket here. Sees what fits, sees like the logic between the elements, the story, how it evolves. And so, and again, here, it's like they know he's in prison, but his sentence is not made yet, if I understand correctly. And that's where probably you have all the games of the lawyers. Does he have a lawyer?
That before leaving New Hampshire, you stopped at Market Basket.
The Market Basket supermarket was where he went to buy the tools to dispose of Emily's body, a moment beyond what he's now claiming to remember, and you'll notice how incredibly attuned he is to the challenges directed toward this assertion. His claim of having no recollection beyond a certain moment is designed to support the idea that he entered some kind of fugue state brought on by shock, suggesting that in his right mind, he would never have dismembered his wife or attempted to bury her in the woods. It's also the explanation he leans on for why he failed to clearly articulate during his interrogation how gravely his life was in danger, the key detail of his self-defense claim.
Right?
I did see that, yes.
That's the truth.
I saw that on the PowerPoint.
And it's the truth.
I don't remember it, but yes.
And you spent $60.43 at Market Basket?
What?
Is that what happened? I don't remember sending the text, but you have it there in front of you, so.
And you said to her, I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
It's like it decides what information he's going to not remember. You know what I mean?
You said you still drink coffee?
All right.
You said that to your sister?
He decides, you know? Like, oh, that's helpful to, like, only these information to not remember.
I don't remember the text exactly, so if you have them, then,
Do you want to see them?
I mean, I don't have to. If you're gonna read them to me, then we can do it this way. Or
I don't think you approach blindness that way. I feel if you're going to have like a relationship to like a blind spot, you're not going to approach it that way. I feel like you're kind of wanting to know that information because like if you're sure of your thing, the information that you're blind about is going to work towards your truth, right?
When you got to Bolton.
She was angry.
A detail mentioned by several people in the courtroom who knew Ferlazzo personally was was that parts of his speech and articulation had noticeably changed during this testimony,
Oh.
especially the word yes.
Yes.
To hear him say this word isn't how he usually spoke.
So Emily's mad at you. You guys argue, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And she's rebuffing you.
Yes.
She doesn't want to dance.
No.
She doesn't want the candles on.
He's trying to be pure.
Correct.
It was
She
self-defense.
just wants to go to bed.
She didn't say anything to me.
She went and laid down in the bed.
Yes.
She's facing outward, scrolling on her phone.
Yes.
You're sitting down on the couch. Correct? When Emily's saying these hurtful things to you, you're sitting on the couch.
No.
You're in the bed.
No.
You're standing in the aisle.
Yeah, I was doing some.
You're yoga dancing.
Yes, that's correct.
You light some candles,
Yes,
and Emily doesn't like the candlelight,
that's correct.
and she tells you to put them out.
That's also correct.
And you don't put them out.
No, I don't.
It's real like information step by step, and like again, like it's kind of funny to be like the material you're using to assess the reality that happened is only memories, and how much that information can be like so flawed. You know, like the way you're going to record a memory is by itself like so flawed, and like being able to like ask someone to be super precise like that is like that's hard, dude.
She gets up and she grabs one of these candles.
Yes.
These big Yankee candles.
Yes.
Glass.
Yes, ma'am.
Heavy.
Very.
And she starts hitting you in the head with it.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the body.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would she do that though? I still don't understand.
Grab onto her.
That's like so random. I know like
Take
it.
the candle away from her.
That's correct.
And
I mean, he did it too, so.
that is over. She goes and lays back down.
Yes.
Yes.
When you came in, she was in the
Yes.
Yes.
bed. And you are trying to relax,
Yes.
trying to enjoy your vacation,
Yes.
and you make a decision.
What decision?
The decision that you need to stop this.
I was having some drinks and smoking.
You decided enough is enough. I'm going to put an end to this.
No.
You got up.
During direct examination, he had a 1,000-yard worried stare as if lost in reflection. Here, he almost continuously glares at the prosecutor, perhaps thinking that projecting this abrasive display of confidence will render him more credible. The issue is that during direct, he presented himself as a broken husband who struggled to recall anything closely connected to the incident. Yet now he's steely-eyed and steadfast. You could argue that the change in questioning style caused the shift in his energy, but it's the extent of the shift and the complete disappearance of the emotional fragility he displayed earlier that makes the argument he is being deceptive. And just to be clear, I believe he's being 100% fraudulent in both these instances. His true self is still an enigma that I doubt has appeared once in this video.
I mean, that's the thing with narcissists is like I really feel they don't even have a self. They just like they have their mask, and they're so lost in into that mask they don't even know what's their true self. So can you even like say there's a true self? The only self they know is like that little mask. They're the actor or whatever.
Up from the couch where you were having your drink.
I wasn't on the couch.
You told the police that you got up.
I don't remember talking to the police.
Again, I talk like I know deeply what a narcissist is, but like
That you got up.
I saw.
I feel it's something like that. I just
Police that you got up.
I saw the video.
I could be saying a bunch of bullshit.
Your Glock.
Are we talking about the video?
It's just I don't think with narcissists there's a sense of self at all. That's why they always have to use the environment to like regulate their emotion because there's no identity, there's no self to like regulate themselves. Everything is outside, so that mask is going to just be for the outside. it's not made to be like your own self. So it's like,
And when you realized that you had just shot your wife, you didn't call 911.
and oui. Hey.
Comment ça a été ton examen?
Ça s'est bien passé. Ouais.
Je te dérange?
Ah oui.
Je vais juste te dire, je t'ai sorti ça pour mettre dans ta trousse.
Ok.
Un rasoir, ça peut être pratique.
Ouais.
Bon. Avec une petite crème à barbe, mais tu la splits avec ton frère. Fait que veux-tu que ton frère le mette dans sa trousse, ça?
Oui.
Ok. Puis la brosse à dents aussi?
Ouais, il peut faire ça.
Ça va être fait. Tes souliers blancs, je les ai pas pris parce que.
Ok. Ouais,
les
c'est bon.
lunettes avec, quand tu vas enlever la bouche, tu vas te le.
Anyways, so and again, I feel like, so that's one thing with like I feel with narcissism is like you just have your mask, you don't have like anything behind it to like regulate yourself. The environment is going to like play it, and you add like psychopathy and like how I see it, how I like to visualize it, and I'm still like testing that. Is that you don't have a sense of morality that's really well defined, so it's like there's no friction towards like certain things. So you add those two things together is like a perfect thing to not even care about lying or something like that. And just like being able to like get your mask to be like doing his job.
No.
You told the police
Even here, so it's like
her wallet in a bag.
it's still him. It's just like it's not.
Police.
I understand that, Mr. Ferlazzo, but you listened to the video and you've heard your words. So you told the police that you put her wallet in a bag, correct?
I did see the video.
And you heard you utter the words, "I put her wallet in a bag."
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You heard
Oh, and
Nick! Subbing! Yes! More sub, please. You know, you scared the shit out of me. This is the worst, like, subbing sound ever. Like, what is this? It explodes. I was, what the fuck is that?
I saw the video, yeah.
And you heard yourself say, "I put her wallet in a bag."
Yes, I did.
You're able to give her that tattoo and successfully give her that tattoo.
Still.
Still.
No memory.
Again, he just like playing his mask is like just.
Mr. Ferlazzo, that is your contact information, right?
What do we got here?
You did remember what day of the week it was when you were meeting with James and Seth.
From the video?
This is my favorite moment of cross-examination. He's about to make eye contact with the prosecutor, and something about how she responds, and perhaps how she looks at him, will shake his feigned exterior just that little bit.
From reality.
I mean, and again, like, you can shake up that mask. If the mask is not there, it's like they cannot live like this. That's why they blow up if their mask doesn't work the way they want it, or the environment doesn't work the way they want, right? So I feel like that's.
We are talking about the video, right?
We're talking about reality.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ferlazzo, we can agree that you lie.
Yes, I have lied to people.
You're lying today.
About?
Everything.
I'm sitting here giving you my recall of what.
The mask doesn't work anymore. It broke. You know, I'm sure they convinced themselves almost, you know, or something. And now it's like there's no structure anymore. So he kind of like he doesn't know what to do.
I have to work with.
No questions.
So as you heard earlier,
I think that's why I see.
Joseph's interrogation were redacted before the.
I think. I don't know.
Media. Yet the prosecution made certain the jury viewed it in its entirety. What you're about to watch is, in our opinion, the result of a potent mix of sleep deprivation, mental exhaustion, and an extraordinary lack of situational awareness, very likely enhanced by the calibrated framing that occurred during the opening sequence of his apprehension. He had spent the entire night freezing in the woods, likely terrified and in a state of panic, after coming down off a 3-day bender of drugs and alcohol. Then, while at his most depleted, he was met by a figure of authority who offered him warmth and understanding, followed by another reassuring encounter encounter where the rapport
Hmm.
seemed effortless and disarming. The focus of the moment was subtly shifted away from the horror of what he had done, onto his own inflated sense of worth and self-pity, followed by...
That's the only thing, that's the only thing you know what to use. So it's like, it's going to like use that again.
Of positive affirmations and ego reinforcement, all of which forged the environment and the oncoming result that occurred in the 3 previously redacted segments of footage you are about to watch.
How does that turn into, I heard you say that you shot her, so explain how that incident continued.
I don't know. Something inside me said enough is enough.
Okay. Can you describe Emily when you shot her? Like, what was she doing?
She had stopped fighting and she had gone and laid down. And I went and jumped on top of her. And I shot her in the head.
Okay. How many times?
2.
There's no dissociation there.
If you could talk to Emily's parents, is there anything that you would say?
I mean, clearly I would apologize for being such a shit. But
What about Emily?
Huh?
What about Emily? What would you say to Emily?
You don't fucking treat people like this.
Vengeance!
I can tell you that
You have to respect, dude.
turn back time. I would.
That's so crazy.
I was just, I don't know. I don't know if you've ever just like wanted to be a dick, but I mean, I don't do it that well. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm usually just like, okay, like, he'll talk about it, fix it, you know, whatever. But
So you felt she was being kind of like a dick just to be a dick?
yeah,
Okay.
you know, like, I don't think that, you know what I mean, like.
That's a thing. That's a morality thing. There's like a friction that's like, it's not there.
Suppose it would be like if I mean, I told you guys and you're just both like looking at me, you know, but I'm sure you're thinking like, wow, this dude, what the fuck? You know, like, what pushes a man to do such a thing? Like, I would never do that. And believe me, if you would have asked me last week, I would have said,
You could never do that. No.
Had Joseph Ferlazzo been...
the same thing. Like,
I don't think I've ever been in your shoes though.
Had Joseph Ferlazzo been met with immediate confrontation and transparency, none of this would have plausibly occurred.
Alright, I understand.
wow, this dude, what the fuck? You know, like, what pushes a man to do such a thing? Like, I would never do that. And believe me, if you would have asked me last week, I would have said the same thing. Like,
I don't think I've ever been in your shoes though.
Had Joseph Ferlazzo been met with immediate confrontation and transparency, none of this would have plausibly occurred. His demeanor and method of response from cross-examination is likely what you would have seen throughout this interrogation. Yet due to the powers permitted under U.S. protocol, he was guided to a place where he could no longer walk back from. Now, before moving on to the final part of this video, we need to explore the powers permitted under U.S. protocol, likely what you would have seen throughout this interrogation. Yet due to the power and transparency, none of this would have... Had Joseph Ferlazzo been met with immediate confrontation and transparency, none of this would have plausibly occurred. His demeanor and method of response from cross-examination is likely what you would have seen throughout this interrogation. Yet due to the powers permitted under U.S. protocol, he was guided to a place where he could no longer walk back from.
Oh, really?
Before moving on to the final part of this video, we need to explore the nuance of this particular element, and why that nuance matters. As many of you will know, the permitted use of deception in American policing is extremely controversial.
Yeah.
To put innocent people into prison through false confessions. Many of these cases have gone viral over the years.
Especially when your memory is not even like that good to like record stuff.
With perhaps the most recent involving Thomas Perez Jr.
Well, this video is incredibly disturbing to watch. The man being interrogated is Thomas Perez Jr. He reported his father missing. Fontana police accused Thomas of killing his dad.
It was August of 2018. Fontana police were convinced Perez's father had been murdered. They thought Perez appeared suspicious.
It's really concerning to me that he hasn't been back yet.
They asked Perez to come to the station, and that's where they turned a missing person case into a 17-hour interrogation.
You murdered your dad.
No, I did
Yes,
not.
you did. Yeah,
Yes.
Daddy's dead because of you.
We just told you we found your dead dad, and you don't give a
They even brought in Perez's best friend to try and get a confession.
Dude, they got you a murder, Dad. They got you a murder.
That's crazy.
Impossible.
When that didn't work, detectives brought in Perez's dog.
You killed him. And he's dead. And your dog is sitting here looking at you, knowing that you...
Like at this point, like how many tries is there? The strategy they use to get this guy information is so, it's so bad. I feel like with the other one, it was like a bit better. Like the way here is just like they have their conclusion and they work to like prove the conclusion without like testing the hypothesis, the other alternative that could have been done. That's so.
I didn't think that I did.
You see what I mean?
But if you did, where would you have stabbed him? Might have been the belly.
They learned that Tom's father was alive and well.
Like, yeah, like you create like a structure where there's only one way to respond. There's actually like not a way to like get outside of it. There's no alternative. You know, at least like I felt like, I don't know, I'm not like this guy or something. I'm not a detective, but like the way he approached the guy that killed his wife for real, the way they structured the question, there was like ways to have like alternative like path with that subject. I feel like with how they present like the other guy that didn't kill his father, they just like, there's one path you're going, mate. There's one path. There's no like flexibility to like their theories. It's
LAX airport, ready to take a flight to go visit his son.
like how bad is like, do you think like you can like a psychopath? I feel like I don't remember where I heard that, but like there's this thing where we all think like psychopath are like this mastermind that can like calculate so many lies at the same time without them falling apart, when in reality it's like it's really not that structured. You know, they kind of shoot themselves all the time, you know. And I feel like with a case like that, you know, you go back to the first guy, he shot himself in the foot like many times with the information he was giving, while the other one, there's like more of a, it didn't
Steering filed a civil rights lawsuit in federal court against the city of Fontana, and the suit was settled for nearly $900,000.
Now, while both of these cases fall under the umbrella category of deception, you may have noticed they were starkly different in nature. One consisted of the futility technique and maximization. The inevitability of outcome was imposed to such an extent.
Here we go. The outcome of the invention
caused the subject to have an emotional crisis, while the other consisted of rapport development and minimization. There was no applied pressure nor manufactured sense of urgency, and the subject.
That's the thing. You create the time that the information is going to get out. You're not forcing it. You're letting it to come itself, and by coming itself, it's going to show the holes. Just because you cannot be perfect if you're going to lie. You know what I mean? There's like,
given the space to construct his own perception of the situation, then full flexibility in how he chose to respond.
Yeah, and that's how you can see the holes that are going to be made. Here is like there's no flexibility. They
fear and coercion. The other through guile and manipulation. But more importantly, one can cause considerable harm to the innocent, while the other presents a far lower risk of doing so. And as you've seen throughout this video, it can be somewhat effective when used.
You can manipulate, but at the end of the day, the scene that's going to be like explained by the person is going to be like way more. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's hard to explain though.
Here's the remaining segment of Ferlazzo's redacted footage, right about the time where he realizes he just told on himself.
Yeah.
Knowing full well exactly where she is and what he has done to her. He texts her phone one last time. You're an asshole. I don't deserve this shit. Ms. Adams told you in the state's opening statement that this case and this crime is about ego. Mr. Ferlazzo's ego. And Mr. Ferlazzo's nearly 42-year-old ego being unable to accept his 22-year-old wife disrespecting him. An ego so inflated that after killing her, taking her life because he didn't like the things she was saying to him, because she didn't want to be with him anymore, he calls her an asshole. He tells her that he doesn't deserve this. The state submits that it is Emily, and only Emily, that did not deserve this.
How do you find Mr. Palazzo on the count of first-degree murder, guilty or not guilty?
Bam!
Ms. Jantz, would you like us to poll?
I would.
And Mr. Segu, is that your verdict?
Here we go.
It wasn't recorded as his term was read out, but Joseph Ferlazzo was sentenced to 45 years to life in prison, a punishment many have argued was unexpectedly lenient. He was subsequently investigated for the cold case murder of his stepmother. No charges have since been filed, and the case remains open to this day.
Huh. That's crazy to end there. That's such a crazy way to end there. Ooh, that was fun. That was interesting. That was fun. Interesting. I love this macabre stuff, okay? I've been enjoying trying to learn like these things. It's really interesting. It's fucked up. It's macabre. Okay, what do I do now? I think I might just end stream. I kinda want to stream more, but at the same time, it's like, I don't have much to do here. And I think I'm pretty much like alone here. So, I've been streaming for 2 hours. That's enough. That was my pause. That was my pause. Goodbye. Goodbye.